You are watching News 4 Texas with Tim Ryan, Ashleigh Banfield, and Tim Heller.
Investment advice can be confusing, especially for the younger generation. Some people call them Generation X.
So a young writer from New York has embarked on a mission to simplify your finances and your worries with a new magazine called Green, and I had a chance to talk to the editor of that new magazine this week.
So Green is about freedom. It's about providing even people with limited money the best possible standard of living they can get. And the perception that you need a lot of money to get started in investing is simply wrong, and I'm trying to tell as many people as possible that they can get started with as little as $50. We started about 9 months ago. It's aimed at young investors or anyone else who needs sort of investment advice without the jargon and hype of the mainstream financial press. It's basic investment insights and lots of fun stuff too. There's poetry and book reviews and things like that. But it's without the get-rich-quick. It's none of this 7 stocks you need to own now. And it's written by and for young people. It's really the only thing of its kind out there.
Sure, certainly, you're 27 years old, and you're the primary writer in the magazine. Are you targeting the Generation X crowd for the most part?
Yes, definitely. Although I hate to discourage anybody. We have readers in high school. We have senior citizens who are readers. Anybody who needs this sort of information should read Green.
Why is financial information so intimidating for so many young people, and I would venture to say some older people as well?
Well, I think that the mainstream providers of financial information have an interest in keeping it sort of complicated. Most of the basic concepts, especially for long-term investors, are very simple. I mean, compound interest, that's magic. No matter where you buy, the upward trend of the market is going to, over the long term, reward you pretty well, or at least it has in all of history. But I think that most providers of financial information want to keep it complicated, so you keep needing their products.
You are a staff writer at Worth magazine. You contributed to the New York Times and Spin magazine. That's kind of an interesting combination of writings. Boy, at 27, you sure have done well.
I've tried. Thanks.
Oh, well, you seem to have accomplished stuff, too. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Do you think that you really have what it takes to parlay this magazine into something huge?
Well, I do. I think that there's a voracious appetite among people for information that's presented in a way they can understand and that they want to read. It's got to be fun. It's got to be lively. It can't be this sort of bogus, oh, dude, here, come learn about finance that you see a lot of publications try when they're trying to talk to younger people. It's got to ring true. The people in the age group it's aimed at have a really finely tuned BS detector. And Green is the thing that they turn to. I think its potential for growth is unlimited.
You started 9 months ago. What's your circulation at now?
So it's nearing 10,000. But wow. You got to remember, it started at 15 readers, you know, Xerox
Friends,
stuff.
Family,
right.
Teachers, that kind of thing. You have been quoted as saying the minute you bring up compound interest at a party, you clear the room.
It's true, yeah.
How do you make it interesting, then?
Well, you give examples. You show the magical properties of compound interest. Over 20, 30 years, you start to lay some of those numbers down on people, and they go, wow, are you serious? And that slowly makes it interesting. And you write about it with interesting language, none of the fake, oh, do this now, phony insider stuff. We try at Green to make it as accessible and interesting as possible.
If you take the typical prototype of a Generation Xer, this is somebody who has what's been called McJobs. They haven't really settled in a career yet, and they certainly don't have a whole lot of money to toss around, let alone any look towards the future or retirement. Why would they need to be sort of financially savvy at this point?
Well, for one thing, lots of people fresh out of college have enormous credit card debt. The credit card companies really go after college students, and even younger now, kids in high school are getting applications. And some people think that they should just sort of pay the minimum and they'll get around to investing later, and that's just, it's simply wrong. You need to pay off high credit card balances as quickly as possible. So even if you're not making a lot of money or don't have any money to invest, there are things you should be doing to take control of your financial life.
If you want to order Green Magazine, the cost is $10 a year. There's the number to call, 1-800-477-2968.